This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 867. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast. Yeah, we've been around for a while. With me this week, we have Donald Ferguson.
Hello.
Matt.
Hello.
Diecast.
I am present.
Rob.
Hello.
And Chris is last again.
Yes, but I've come to resent this so much that I'm taking action to never have to be last again. I'm going to have my own podcast with patrons and hookers. Wait, what?
Okay, so Chris is basically spoiling the big reveal that I was going to have. So
I'm giving you a segue.
I mentioned last week during the podcast that we were going to make a change to our Patreon. And just putting this out there, I think everybody who's been on realizes that there hasn't been an episode posted of History on the Fives in quite a while. It's because I don't have time to edit or post or do anything like that. So we're going to make a change. History on the Fives, that podcast is going to go away, and it's going to be replaced by a new version of There Goes My Money, hosted by Chris, that will come out twice monthly. More importantly, it's edited by Chris. So
Which we're all excited about.
Yeah, so I mean, if anybody's been around long enough to have listened to Superhero Time or that one episode of Star Trek, like, you know what an XV or Chris edited podcast ends up sounding like. And honestly, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it is going to be, again, same idea. It's going to be hosted by Chris, and it will feature patrons at the touch tier from our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. I am working on getting all of the backlog of History on the Fives posted, and that is going to happen over the next couple of weeks. But yes, so twice monthly, History. There Goes My Money, hosted by Chris. The good thing is, we already have an intro and outro for it. We already have a podcast feed out there on the internet for it.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally just reviving it. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so we'll of course have, the customary talk about recent pre-orders, relevant to when the episodes record. But like, a lot of the idea of this is I want to give our touch patrons the chance to do what we do here every week and just have time to sit around together and talk about the cool or interesting or just new things that they've gotten and they want to share with each other and the listening audience. Like, it's a really fun thing to listen to all of these guys talk about their new gets, and I think that it'd be fun to be able to share that experience with our listeners who want to sign up for this.
Yeah, so in other words, all the parts of the pre-show for Hot Fives that they kept telling me to record, Chris is going to record that. Sorry to bow out, but I have not been able to get it together to record the show for the last 3 weeks, and it doesn't look like that scheduling is going to change. So, Chris, thank you for taking up the baton here, because I really do appreciate it.
And
certainly.
And for our patrons who are here doing History on the Fives, well, it's just going to transition to There Goes My Money. So excited about that.
I hope you will all stick around and join me for the recordings.
Yeah, that was somehow no knock against Diecast, because people love Diecast, but that was always our second most popular show that we did.
Yeah,
it always drew numbers near RFC, which was maybe Diecast should have left RFC and just gone out and did that on his own.
No. And people really seem to like the What We Got This Week segment, so rolling it into There Goes My Money for others to share their opinions on the same stuff we talk about. I mean, it just seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's some great synergy there all around.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I'll be getting the backlog of History on the Fives posted soon. And I am, since This Week in History used to be a regular part of the podcast that we spun off into its own show, I'm thinking about bringing that back as a segment. We'll see how that goes, but that was always a segment that we had for years. I think long-time listeners might like to hear that come back.
In the meantime, though, if you're a Touch patron, you haven't been on History on the Fives, and you're interested in this, reach out to Brian through Patreon messaging or contact at tfradio.net to get that set up, and we will figure out some way to streamline the communication method so it's not having to be a relay between you, Brian, and me both ways.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
cool. But Chris, what if I want to be a Touch patron?
Well, then you can go to tfradio.net Patreon or patreon.com/tfradio and sign up at the Touch tier. You can sign up at any tier, really, and get early access to the podcast, higher bitrate, ad-free, et cetera, et cetera. Brian will cover most of this at the end of the show. But yeah, if you want to sign up as a new Touch patron to come and podcast with us, patreon.com/tfradio. Thank you for that excellent question, Diecast.
Yes. And again, the biggest benefit of this is it's edited by XV.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's jump into the news. God, leaks happened right at the end of the show last week and we didn't realize it. And JT Prime was in the Discord when all this went down.
I think these dropped the next day. I don't think they were immediately after the show, because if he had this information and was able to share it, that night, he would have tried to get that out to us while we were recording.
Yes. So so there's some really interesting things in here.
Oh yeah.
And surprising.
So I was excited about this. I'm still excited about it, but the 3-pack of Treads, Pathfinder, and Smallfoot, the
G1 GoBots,
the G1
baby.
GoBots.
Mm-hmm. Pathfinder is the one that's probably going to be the Cosmos mold.
It is going to be the Cosmos. Yes.
Yeah.
Treads is Warpath and Smallfoot is Gears.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that sort of gives you a little bit of a timeline of what to expect for when the set is going to come out, because, Gears will have to have been out of active production so they can run those molds in the other colors. So, we're probably looking at, I would guess, August or September at least for this set before it hits.
Yeah, late summer.
Yeah.
And as FT Fast Talk Food Reviews YT said in the Discord, this is the tidal wave of leaks. We wanted to use that for the title last week, but it just didn't work out. So make it
so this is great. This 3-pack gets us up to 5 of the original 6, because we've already got through Generation Selects, Bug Bite, and off the Amazon 2-pack we got Road Ranger.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
So
I didn't even realize they were GoBots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love if, they would just do Bug Bite over again with the Volkswagen parts.
How long have we been friends, Diecast? And I failed you.
I don't remember much of GoBots.
Next time you come over, I'll let you see them. I won't let you touch them, but I'll let you see them.
Also, if they were to do Bug Bite over with Volkswagen parts, they could also put the Decepticon symbol on him instead of the mercenary symbol. I mean, I covered mine up with a sticker.
Yeah.
With a repo label,
I mean, that would be my ideal thing at this point, would be to get, when they do a new Power Glide toy, because they're going to do a new Power Glide, a new deluxe Power Glide. I would love to see a 2-pack of a properly done Bug Bite with the Decepticon symbol and the purple deco from the BotCon one, so it doesn't look just so plain white. And then
Bad Boy.
Thank you. What you gonna do?
Yeah. What else? What else was leaked?
Well, since you've already jumped through the most interesting thing on here.
There's one more interesting thing on there.
Okay, I suppose there is. So coming to Target, hilariously and on the surface inexplicably, but not really, we're getting one more Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 2-pack featuring Voyager 86 Ratchet and Deluxe 86 Brawn, battle damaged. The prophecy is fulfilled.
Shuttle Massacre Part 2.
Exactly. Exactly. We all knew it was coming. It was just a matter of waiting to get
is there anybody left on the shuttle?
Not on the shuttle, no.
Not Autobot-wise, no.
It was a small
Brawn.
crew.
Yeah. Brawn was in
is in this pack.
Is in the set. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So the only other 2-pack we could get in this theme would be
Wheeljack and
Windcharger from the brief scene where you see them already dead in Autobot City.
Well, we got to make that happen.
I mean, you never know.
I agree wholeheartedly. We've come this far. There's no turning back now, Hasbro. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, after they make Deluxe Power Glide, they have to make Deluxe Wind Charger, and then we have to get Wind Charger and Wheeljack deceased. It's just the way of things.
So, but by the end of 2025, we're going to have a shelf of just dead Autobots.
They're working on it.
As far as I can see.
It's going to be quite a pile of bodies.
What about, Optimus Prime?
Zombie Optimus Prime. That's the one I keep asking for.
We've already got him.
Dead Optimus Prime.
No, not dead. Zombie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the Dark Awakening one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Killing Jar
that would be an excellent Halloween exclusive. I'm just saying.
It would. Yeah. It would.
Yeah.
If Killing Jar's already kind of set up with the Magnus, Cyclonus, Quintesson, and Guard, so that's kind of set. Yeah, well, actually, there we go. You could put Zombie Optimus in with, say, Retgar.
But why would you?
Well, I'm just saying if you had to get them, if you were trying to make multi-packs.
So, but the theme though. So dead, yes. So like the alternate universe Optimus Prime sort of fits that, but like those the ones that we're talking about, the target sets, they're not like, they haven't turned gray like Optimus did. Like, so right. Just like an Optimus Prime that's like battle damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, during the fight with Megatron, that's sort of what I'm envisioning. But technically, he's not dead.
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to go the trouble of retooling, like Earthrise Optimus, for example, for something like this, I'd want them to skip past the movie and just go straight for Dark Awakening, because like we've never had toy representation of that properly.
Yeah,
that's what I've been asking for. I don't care if it's a third. I mean, I would love Hasbro to do it.
I care,
but
I just hope like the battle damage on this Ratchet is like obstructive enough, like Ironhide, to where we can swap out parts to make a better Studio Series 86 one. So
I would be really, really surprised if Ratchet's battle damage is anything different than Ironhide's retooling. So I'm just pointing it out because me and you have both done the part swap to make the better, more perfect Ironhide, and I think anybody else who is interested in doing that with Ratchet, I'm pretty confident that will be possible to do the exact same way. Hopefully, this time when I get a copy of that, it will be a little bit easier to drive that one pin out, because boy, that was a mess.
Is the stripe consistent though?
The stripe? Yeah, because functionally, okay, so if you do the Ironhide part swap, you can do as little as just changing the windshield piece out. Like, that's the minimum you have to do. I also changed out a couple of the small side window pieces because I wanted the vehicle mode to be as consistent looking as possible, and that's no problem at all. And then also optional is switching the heads between them. I left the Screaming Dull Surprise head on my more perfect Ironhide because I like the glossy gray for the face and the little bit of being expressive, because Ironhide had that look on his face a lot in the cartoon, so it just seemed right. But yeah, you can do as little as just switching that windshield piece out. At no point are you touching the panels that have the painted on stripes.
Okay.
Let's see, there's the chest. And
yeah.
Okay. Other things in the set.
Yeah, other things.
What is this Bullseye?
So Bullseye is Target's mascot, the little dog with the round bark. And they are making that out of Siege Ravage.
How do you make anything out of Siege Ravage?
I mean, a rectangle. But...
Yeah.
It's just... I mean, this is Siege Ravage, right?
Love
this is
that
what
you
we're
just
talking
had
about.
that right there.
Yeah.
That's big me energy right there.
So, again, I'll go back to my early days in the fandom, and a lot of people who
thought Ravage was a dog.
Ravage was a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is an intentional nod to that misconception, but it's funny. It's a funny coincidence.
Yeah, it's just the fact is he really interacts in no way with that Optimus. I mean, there's
you can stuff him in the trailer. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's like
roller.
Yeah, it's like it. Well, at least there's probably more room in there than Soundwave's chest. But I mean, at least if they had used the Bulldog from Leadfoot, at least he's a weapon of a target master of sorts. But
that's also 15 years old now. And...
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's an accessory that has no interaction with the main toy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed they're using Laser Optimus Prime with the Earthrise trailer. Like I would have wished they just would have did Earthrise Prime.
So I think the thing with this is you much more commonly see on the roads a long nose semi cab, transporting goods around. You barely ever see cab overs anymore, and when you do, they are they're old ones that people have just kept in service. The long nose ones are designed rigorously to be as fuel efficient, aerodynamic. That too, easily serviceable. But the aerodynamics and fuel efficiency are like two of the major things they designed those
Makes
for.
sense. Yeah.
Well, they should have used the Volvo Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I mean, so like that would have made sense, but I think licensing on that probably pushed that out of the range where they could make that work. So like for the assets they have to work with, the Laser Optimus cab with the Earthrise trailer painted like a Target trailer is going to be their best, most representative thing to look like a Transformer that is a Target freight truck.
With a Siege toy shoved in the back of it.
Yes, well, we don't talk about that.
It's crazy. It's really a very odd set.
The thing with Bullseye the mascot, like the defining thing is the little shape around the dog's eye, and that Ravage, there is not enough real estate on that thing's head to paint that on there.
That's why I'm like, it's basically going to have to be white with black spots.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember if that Ravage has a Decepticon symbol they can swap out for the Target symbol.
It doesn't have a molded one.
It has a.
There's probably a tampo on there.
It's
somewhere.
A tampo.
Yeah,
it looks like a sticker, but it actually is a tampo.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing I thought was really interesting. I think we talked about this recently, and I think it was Rob who may have called this Retro Optimus Prime, Walmart exclusive, with the trailer.
I said, this is the surprise to me, because I said, no way this would happen this year with the perfect Optimus Primes coming out, or whatever they're calling them.
Missing Link.
And then Optimus Prime without the trailer was at Walmart before, and it clearanced out because it was what, $50
without the trailer. Way overpriced. Yeah,
it clearanced out to about 30 price, because that's still high, I feel like, for G1 Optimus Prime cab, but that is much closer to the fair ballpark. So the funny thing I will add to this, I didn't put in the show notes because there's no substantiation as far as I know. Someone claims through a secondhand report that someone saw like a production sample or a test shot for a Generations Optimus Prime, but that is based on the G1 toy. And if that is true, like they were confident it was not the Missing Link toy. If that's true, that means there is Missing Link Convoy coming out this year. There is the retro reissue G1 Optimus Prime coming through Walmart, and there would be a Generations style G1 toy based Optimus Prime toy, all in the same damn year.
I mean,
happy 40th anniversary.
Right. Isn't that going to be the Studio Series 86, the Commander class?
Oh, and that too, too.
Would that not be the same toy though?
I would assume so. The person who made this claim said that the toy was deluxe size. I would assume the Studio Series 1 is going to be at least a Voyager height robot.
Okay.
Wow.
To me, that sounds like it might be like a misreporting or something, because
that's why I didn't put in the show notes, because this is not substantiated and there's no like direct backup to this. But like, if it is true, it is hilarious, like how much just G1 toy and just Optimus Prime in general is being thrown for the 40th anniversary. Not surprising, but hilarious.
I don't think the Missing Link really fits in here, because that's a Takara initiative for a foreign market, like that has no bearing on anything America's going to do anyway. And honestly, that missing link is probably the reason that this has a trailer, because if they rebuilt it for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that could be. Could be.
I am really excited about getting the toy, though, in a slightly different deco. That'll justify the purchase for me.
I mean, I wonder if Walmart was like, or Hasbro told Walmart, like, yeah, the reason the Optimus Prime didn't sell the G1 that you had before
didn't have a trailer
because it didn't have the trailer.
Because it didn't have the trailer. So let's add in the trailer. It's the 40th anniversary. People will put that logo on it, and hopefully they give it a really nice box and a really nice price point. And maybe
$80.
people like us will be like, no, I meant like maybe they put it at like 60.
Nope.
And,
no,
and
I think it's gonna be the Devastator
75 minimum.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. I guess I'm just being hopeful, and that we would be like, wow, it's in nice packaging and it's got everything and it's new and it's on the shelf and it's the 40th anniversary and it's got the logo on it. So I'll pick it up.
I'm picking it up.
I mean, yeah, if they do the original Optimus Prime with all the parts and a nice animation deco, I might. Since I'm getting the toy deco missing Link Prime, it feels like there's nice symmetry there. I might end up getting both.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think a full-on G1 Optimus Prime in packaging that looks similar to the original, I think at that $80 price point like Devastator, I think it will actually sell. I think it will do what it needs to do and sell as a complete unit at that price. The concern is that I'm underestimating at $80, and it's going to actually be closer to $100 with the trailer.
And then
we're back to square one.
Walmart will order way too many of them and never be able to get rid of all of them.
Well, that's good for us because then they'll clearance it out and we'll get it cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, to Walmart's credit, they were conservative with the Devastators. You never really saw Devastators hang around or go on clearance. So if it's a higher price point thing, I'm hoping they will, have some sense about the quantity that they're ordering.
Yeah, some of the retro stuff is not even going into the stores anymore, it seems like.
So that's a good point too. Like the reissue stuff, Starscream poisoned the well on that for in-store sales, like really badly. I saw a Starscream marked down to $10 at one of my local Walmarts.
Yeah.
So like, especially if these end up being online only for Walmart, they're not going to worry too much about how many they order because it's not going to be taking up valuable physical store real estate. It's just going to be sitting in a warehouse somewhere waiting for a pick order. So like they're going to be a lot more flexible on that, and they're not going to. Unfortunately, they're not going to be as quick to mark them down when they don't sell quickly either if they're online only.
Yeah. Okay, similar vein, Generations Retro, Bombshell and Ramhorn.
Does that mean they're going to come together?
Yeah.
Which is
weird.
Really weird.
We are speculating that is so they hit a consistent price point, possibly hitting around the same amount as like the Soundwave and Blaster.
Yeah, so
that makes sense since some of the other small-ish figures like Hot Rod and Hound were at that same basic price point, but the Insecticons by themselves were a little bit cheaper previously.
Yeah. And that way you get Ramhorn without it having to come with Blaster.
Yeah, so that way they can work these figures in without having to make a 2-pack of cassettes.
Which worked so well the last time they tried that.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like, at least we'll be able to...
I'm envisioning a 4-pack of cassettes with Rumble Frenzy, Rewind, and Eject. But...
I'd buy it.
No, I mean, and that could happen too, and I think that would be a good thing for them to do. Again, for online sales exclusively. Like, I don't think these are going to have like a place in stores. I could see them making a space at least for a short window for the Optimus Prime when that's ready to roll. But like for the majority of these, I don't think we're going to see them physically in stores.
Yeah.
If the unlikely happens and Transformers 1 does happen this year, do you think that might all get rolled together, the retro releases and a push for Transformers 1? Or
I mean, everybody loves Bumblebees and Optimus Prime, so works for me.
Yeah.
Just Bombshell with Ramhorn. If you gave me this list and you asked me if this was a legitimate list or not, looking at all the stuff on here, I'd be like, no, this is crazy.
You got to admit, this feels a lot like wish fulfillment. And you're right. 5 years ago, we would never have taken a list like this seriously.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like 2018 thinking. So in 2024, I mean, I'll believe anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Generations Legacy, Star Seekers, Road Pig, Crash
Yeah,
Bar
so
remold.
we knew about that. This is the first time we've had word what mold it was going to be, and a lot of us were anticipating it be Crash Bar because mostly because the robot mode has the 3 headlights on the chest, which is similar to what the laser cycle looked like in robot mode. That's about where the similarities end, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
It's the alternative would have been another Legacy Prime RC redeco / retool, and I think we can do without.
Or animated Prowl. What else are you going to do with that?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Well, there's a rumor that is what Deluxe Cyberverse Universe Chromia is going to be made from this year.
Oh,
I'm good with that.
Yeah, and
it's not going to be remotely accurate to what Cyberverse Chromia looks like, but I mean, there's worse things they could do there.
Yeah.
I mean,
plus, they could always.
So who knows?
Plus, they could always do that white Prowl as like a Takara may do that as like a white Japanese police motorcycle, like they did for Ransack.
I guess they could. I doubt they care enough to actually do that anymore.
So I'm not. I want to see how much retooling is done on this Crash Bar mold because toe line is nice and all, but he very much looks like a repainted Junkion and not a toe line,
Yeah.
And I fear the same for Road Pig with Crash Bar, but
yeah.
Okay, so Generations Mayhem, Voyager, Bludgeon, and Deluxe Ruckus. So
I am so glad I never bought that Bludgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that this pops up like a week and a half after I got, admittedly, a secondhand cheap Bludgeon, but
different colors.
Yeah.
Oh, common colors, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would assume like where the one we have now is green, we're probably going to see more like orangey yellow. Like it's probably going to be
painted like the Pretender shell, not the
a lot. It's going to favor the Pretender shell a lot more. I suppose it's possible they could even do a little bit more retooling to it, although I'm not expecting that.
Nice.
And then Ruckus, of course, will be Beachcomber.
And
Cream and Grape.
Generations Legacy Leader Soundwave.
Yeah, so we had a listing for this before, but much like with Road Pig, we have verification now that this is going to be a reuse of the Earth mode Soundwave tooling from the Netflix pack.
Soundwave, yeah.
With a bunch of cassettes.
Well, we assume at least
That's
two.
Speculation, yeah. That doesn't seem like enough to justify a leader price point to me, personally.
It has to be.
Maybe they'll give him a chair.
Yeah, it has to be dramatically different for me to want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, of course, because we have the Netflix Soundwave, all of us. So we don't feel a great need for this, but a lot of people had trouble finding that, and this is a way to get back out there for them.
This is great for them.
We're not exactly
feel like
that Takara 3-pack is coming out too.
That's true. This will be cheaper than that, though. So if somebody only needs to get that Soundwave, I'm just saying we're not necessarily the target audience for this specific release, but it'll be cool if they have done something like. If they do with the deco on this like they did with Retro Soundwave, where they, pump up the vibrancy on the blue and everything, they can do things to make this look different but still be G1 Soundwave. Maybe they will make a buzzsaw with it this time instead of a laser beak, because we have been sorely missing buzzsaw in the Siege-based cassette lineup this whole time.
A new tooling for cassettes would be great. I would love to have, I don't know,
Ravage, a better one.
There's a bunch
Laserbeak's not bad. Laserbeak's not bad.
Yeah, so we have there's Siege Ravage. There's the modified Ravage that came with the Netflix version, so we need a third Ravage for Body's Evolution.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I know. I went on a journey for that one, but it was worth it.
But all these cassettes are supposedly the same size as the G1 cassettes. They're all supposed to be interchangeable, correct?
I mean, they are not the size of G1 cassettes, but they're supposed to be interchangeable with each other.
So, okay. So I was thinking Slugfest and Overkill, if the molds are still available.
No, it wouldn't work.
Would not fit in this toy.
Okay, they would not fit. Okay.
So, Don, you might be thinking of the of Masterpiece Soundwave because I believe the Masterpiece cassettes were designed to be the same size as the G1 toys.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking.
So where those are micro cassettes, they're the same size as real world micro cassettes. The Siege ones are micro cassettes. They are They are
Pico cassettes.
Tiny, yeah.
Okay, because I remember there was some cross compatibility.
Cassettes. There you go.
Yeah, I remember there was cross compatibility between a relatively recent line and G1. I just can't remember which one.
Well, to Dawn it was.
Yeah.
To Dawn it was 12 years. That's like 11.
To Dawn it was Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of Tuesday, thank you for that, Chris. The next HasLab reveal for Transformers is coming Tuesday during a Transformers Tuesday live stream. Place your bets.
At 10 a.m. Eastern.
It's the HasLab, so it's Metroplex.
Devastator?
That's what Matt said.
That's my prediction. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. And when I'm proven wrong, I will have an extensive list of why it should have been Devastator. So tune in next week.
And you know what? I will probably agree with most, if not all, your points because I think you are, right on that Devastator is the thing that makes sense for a 40th anniversary HasLab.
Yeah.
Make the perfect Devastator of at least the designer's dreams, if not our dreams.
I can't disagree with you that Devastator would be a
No, you can't because I'm correct.
But I hope you're not. Sorry. I'm sorry. There's too many third-party Devastators.
I mean,
it's not Hasbro's problem.
Yeah, that doesn't really have any bearing on anything Hasbro would do.
I would rather have train bots myself, but yeah.
Okay. No, yeah. So
well, Takara has that covered for you, Brian.
If I was going to just like blue sky and reach into the air and pull out like the thing that would be best for me, I would love Generations train bots that do everything right that the Masterpiece ones don't.
Yeah.
Like I would love that, but for something that actually makes sense for Hasbro to do, Devastator.
Someone's saying Primus in the chat. Blade Raider was saying Primus, but
please no.
I don't think it's going to be Primus.
Please no.
JP Prime is saying that every arrow points to Omega Prime, and it makes him sad.
Mega Prime?
Yeah, Robosen this guy 2001.
Okay.
But they said it was going to be G1 related.
Don perk up.
They did not say it was going to be G1 related. They said
Don
it was going to celebrate
so happy.
the 40th anniversary.
Grinning. Oh my God.
The only reason I don't want it to be Devastator, and this is very selfish, I don't want to be Devastator because if it's HasLab, we won't get an orange version. And we have not.
Don, if it's retail, we won't get an orange version.
Yeah, sad but true.
Probably, yeah.
But if it was a Titan, there's a slim chance. Slim.
Yeah,
we're talking
a
palette of Slim Fast here that we could eventually get orange. If it's HasLab, they're not going to do multiple colors.
They could still do the Combiner Wars Devastator in orange if they really wanted to.
Okay.
Well, now I brought this up a long time ago.
Talking HasLab. We're talking HasLab.
I am.
Sorry.
I am. But I'm saying, remember what I was saying? If they could find a way to do HasLab Devastator, and you could pick the color you wanted.
Oh, I remember you saying that. It's completely impractical.
I know, but it still would be if they could find a way to do it. But there's no way we'll get an orange Devastator if it's it, and that makes me sad.
So me too.
So Primus, like if it was based on the Cybertron Primus, absolutely not. I will say it would be possible to make something semi-interesting that out of a planet. I mean, I would say I would want the shell to like fall off. I wouldn't want the shell to be hanging off the robot, but you could make something decent out of that as long as it wasn't based on the Cybertron character.
I mean, so my problem with the idea of Cybertron or Primus is basically like we saw with Unicron how they're going to engineer a planetary body to become a robot, and whether or not they hew to Cybertron Primus or not, they're going to fall into those same traps, I feel like, and it's not going to be an enjoyable experience.
Everything I hate about Unicron is the shell hanging off on him. If you take that away, he's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will do like you're suggesting and just design it for the planetary body to shed away and just have a robot balled up inside. I mean, it will be a robot balled up inside a planetary shell, but they're going to make you keep the planet shell on while you're transforming it, and it's just going to be sadness and bad. And no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna laugh if it's like a play set and it's just like the mountain with the back end of the arc sticking out of it or something goofy like that, and it's not even a transformer. I think that would be really funny because they could do that.
See, my thing is, HasLabs have been more successful than they have not been successful, which is good for the HasLab department in general. But there's been enough HasLabs that have been failures where they're going to want to be real careful about the things they pick to be HasLabs, especially on like one of their flagship brands like Transformers. Right. They're not going to want to have that be a flop.
I got it. A transforming proton pack. That was a joke. But
no, I mean that would be like the guaranteed. Yeah, that'd be the guaranteed fun because you'd be hitting both camps at once because those Ghostbusters people have no end of money.
So a transforming real Ghostbusters proton pack.
Okay,
that would be ideal.
That would turns it into Firehouse.
Oh, Don, I think I like that better. Okay.
Firehouse Maximus.
Firehouse Maximus.
Oh, what? Okay, we're spitballing for weird things here. Fortress Tiberius. That's the HasLab. If we're celebrating for no, I know it's not.
Okay. So Robosen is teasing a flagship line Megatron.
I will remind you that flagship is what they call the Optimus Prime and the Grimlock that transform.
The expensive ones.
Yeah, well, they're all expensive, but these are the very expensive ones that transform into things under their own power.
It'll transform into a tank.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I'm sorry, no submarines in this house, diecast.
Yeah.
So that's all we know. There's no reason to speculate further, but we'll know more soon, hopefully.
It's a tank.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course it is.
Quote unquote coming soon, but that could be like at any point this year that they talk more
about.
No,
it says April 2024. So it'll probably be
okay.
At least announced. I don't think it'll be released in April, but it'll be announced in April.
So we might end up having something like a Pulse Fan Fest around that time. That would make sense for a coordinated reveal event.
Yeah. So in the Discord, Don is giving JT Prime smack about disparaging Red Omega Prime. Don. If it's Omega Prime, is this going to be bigger than your Headmaster RC that you finally got? It's close because
it's going to be super equivalent, not just equivalent.
Super
equivalent.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
I mean, I actually kind of think Omega Prime is not a bad choice for this HasLab, just because I feel like there's no place at retail for this to happen.
It's not a bad idea, but it's going to make me sad because it will be just close enough to the God Ginrai that I wanted to happen without being that.
Yeah.
I never really knew that was his name, Omega Prime. It's just the Optimus Prime and the Ultra Magnus.
It was Godfire Convoy and Car Robots.
Yeah,
it probably
that's how we would
called
refer
that
to
before.
it. That's what we would call it.
He would rather have Energon Optimus. Hell?
I would rather like of the toys that exist now. I would rather have Energon Optimus than Robots in Disguise Optimus 2.
Energon Optimus is basically a Megazord, so that's good for Power Rangers fans too.
I'm starting my own podcast. I don't know how to do it, but
Don, I'm honestly with you on this one. I would rather have Robots in Disguise Optimus Prime. They're both very short on they're very low on my list.
If it's Robots in Disguise Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, I'm done. I'm not. It's got to be really super impressive.
It have to be better than the originals. That's the benefit.
Well, so that was the last point I was going to make on this topic is like solely for Don's sake, I kind of that because these will probably be the nicest, most masterpiece like Robots in Disguise toys that will ever exist. And honestly, Don deserves to have something of that caliber for something that means that much to him.
All right. Yeah. For stretch goals, I want Spy Changers.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah, spy changers, and maybe they could make a Kelly figure from one of their GI Joes.
Would I back HasLab Omega Prime solely for the spy changers stretch goal? Yes, I probably would.
I would. Okay. So catching back up to where we were. So this Yolopark AMK Pro Optimus Prime. Didn't they show this off like recently?
So the problem is Yolopark has like 3 different tiers of their model kit figures, whatever they're calling them. This is like the super fancy one.
How much is it?
Like $50?
Yep.
According to
same as the Megatron I just got that I showed off last week.
Is this available for pre-order?
It is. It is on Big Bad Toy Store. It's on Yolopark store.
It's 20 centimeters tall. That's taller than I thought.
Yeah,
this is what I was hoping for when they announced the Megatron on the Kickstarter, and I was telling everyone to back this because if the Megatron does well, they're gonna make an Optimus Prime, and here it is.
Yeah, so like if Super7 Ultimates don't do it for you in terms of like, nice cartoon inspired action figures of these major characters, like these are in a very similar size tier, and the price is basically the same too. But they look like 100% nicer than the Super 7 toys.
Yeah. And this actually has some halfway decent battle damage, so it's not like your perfectly painted Optimus Prime. It's actually got some wear to it.
Tasteful, not like siege damage.
Yeah, it's not siege.
It looks to me like kind of light weathering more than battle damage. So, I can live with that.
Okay.
You can live with that.
New Authentics Alpha Class Megatron. It doesn't look awful.
No,
looks okay.
It doesn't look great.
It's still an Authentics, but like the first Megatron they did, I liked the styling of it, and it just had that authentic smell around it. But no, I mean this is an interesting like design update, and as Authentics go, it actually looks like it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Which 5 or more years into this, you'd expect them to be kind of
to finally figure it out.
Yeah, kind of getting into a role with it.
It's big. It's like. It's
an alpha. It's what are those, like 8 or 9 inches tall?
Yeah, we don't know who the designers are for these, right?
Not as far as I'm aware, no.
Okay.
Yeah, like most Authentics, I feel like it could benefit from more paint, but that's kind of outside the Authentics wheelhouse.
That's kind of that's the point.
Yeah.
And today, Brian, I saw a picture of a new Authentics Wheeljack.
Yeah.
Did we need a new Authentics Wheeljack though? Like, didn't you have one that was perfectly good?
Yeah, but I just saw that today, is just to add that.
Okay. I've waited all show to talk about this.
Would have waited an eternity for this.
I would have waited an eternity for
this. Over, Brian.
Super 7 Ultimates. One that I was so close. I actually canceled my pre-order for the Alligator Con, but I think I have to do this one. It's Dark Awakening Optimus Prime, mostly.
I mean, isn't he gray?
He's not like, like if I had my way, it would be the end of the episode where he's like blown to bits.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, but for
missing half his face and an entire arm and part of his chest. Yeah.
But like, it's beautiful. He's gray. Actually, well, in the episode he's not gray though.
Yeah. It's not Dark Awakening. This is just Dead on the Table Optimus Prime.
Yeah. This is what I don't need. I need a Dark Awakening.
Okay. I am no longer
so either sorry or my regrets for making you not want to buy this anymore. I'm not sure which.
But the pose here when he's holding the Matrix, like that
they could easily rerun this in colors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not Dark Awakening Optimus Prime. Okay.
Give me a zombie head, and this is just dead Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I think
feel like the head sculpt is not as good as the one they're showing here on the other Optimus Prime. It doesn't seem the one on the in color Optimus Prime in these pictures looks closer to the movie than the one they're using.
Yeah.
This one has a weirdly large faceplate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But it looks normal in the shot that Brian was talking about with the Matrix.
Blade it's perfect what Blade described it as. This is the getting Brian's hopes up Prime. So, but like also in this, like is the non-Ghost Starscream. I will say that the Ultimate Super 7 Ghost Starscream is possibly the worst Transformers toy ever. It is
worse than Titanium Megatron.
Yes.
Wow.
It's worse. Yeah, it's but what else is in this? Soundwave. Didn't we already get Soundwave?
Evidently not.
Okay, that surprises me.
No, when this was announced, we were surprised it took them this long to get to Soundwave.
That's very possible. This is the fourth wave.
Yeah, fourth wave.
Yeah.
So Soundwave and Starscream both come with toy-based alternate heads. Starscream's toy head makes him look extremely sad, and Soundwave's toy-based head just looks really weird and wrong.
The Soundwave also comes with the one. I think it was a panel from the comics where he had a mouth.
Oh, does it have that too?
Yes, it does.
That's pretty awesome.
The problem is though he's purple in that panel because of old
the
comic coloring.
color,
Yeah. So this is still wrong. They missed it by that much.
Speaking of missed it by that much, Brian, would you have still bought that Optimus Prime if it came with a black and white basketball?
Probably not.
Okay, instead of a black and white basketball, what if it's a deflated basketball because
that would
he's
have been
dead, so the basketball has to be dead too.
That would
Perfect.
be closer. Yeah.
I do like that Soundwave has the weapon storage like the original toy does.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Soundwave does not look bad, but I don't really have a need for any of these.
I mean, certainly not before it clearances out to like $25.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, over the holiday sales, I racked up on a lot of very, very good deals on Super 7. And I hate to say it, but outside of maybe like Hot Wing for Silverhawks, most everything I'll be waiting to see what happens this Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at this, it says maybe a first look at MPM Brawl via test shot. I thought we already saw Brawl. Have we not seen?
No,
we had
heard about
a listing. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that we actually get a photo of a test shot. You don't get that often anymore.
No. Usually, people just wait and sneak out a finished one in their pants or what have you.
Yeah.
It is a lot rarer than it used to be to see what looks like genuine test shot plastics for an upcoming toy.
Yeah. And it does look like MPM, so it's got a lot of panels. It's definitely not a regular
in the TFW thread, pretty early on in the process, people were putting this side by side with pictures of the Leader Class 2007 toy, and like you could see, while it's all cut from the same cloth, basically, like there's obvious differences in the detailing and proportions of different parts of it. So like this is very, very likely to be movie masterpiece, but everybody's being cautious about coming out and saying that definitively until we have a little bit more to go on here, because I mean this could be a new studio series Brawl for all we know. Like, there's just not a lot of information. I don't think that's the case, but that it is a possibility for what this could have ended up being.
Yeah.
I like that you can actually see like the transitional colors of plastic that result from mixing the yellow and the blue just to make this test shot.
Oh yeah.
So JT Prime said in the Discord that factories are doing full cavity searches now.
Oh wow.
I believe it.
I think, sir, I'm not sure how they got this one out.
I believe it, and I'm sure they don't pay enough for me personally to put up with something like that.
No, they don't.
No.
Okay.
Also, the Gooch also said right below that the last time we saw a lot of test shots was that Masterpiece Cliff Jumper that nothing has been said about since then.
That's true.
I was going to say what Masterpiece Cliff Jumper.
Yeah.
I think Porsche probably had something to say about that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The gooch is where they search for these when you're coming out of the factory.
Well, that's gotta be an edit.
Yeah.
Thanks, Diecast. Well, that'll be good for our patrons at least.
Yep.
Don mentioned the gooch. I had to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no,
Not
you
at
didn't. Sorry, Gooch.
Okay, so let's jump to what we got this week.
Yes,
we'll talk. So first up will be Transformers. Then for our patrons, we'll talk about ham sandwiches. Which, for those just joining us who don't know what I'm talking about, Eric, ham sandwiches are what I described off-topic, non-transforming items. I think I was in a bitter, angry mood when I called them that, but it stuck. So non-transforming.
It only stuck because you keep calling it ham sandwiches. We could literally call it anything else.
I like calling them ham sandwiches.
Yeah, I just rolled with that because it was fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like shampoo bottles or not. Whatever. I think it's just good, fun nomenclature. Okay,
I don't even like ham.
What?
I don't like ham. Yes, I know. I'm strange for that opinion, but I just I never really enjoyed the taste of ham.
So does that include country ham?
Yes. If it's got ham in the name, Don, it's a ham.
So Chris,
hamburgers.
Chris, let's start with you.
Oh,
did you get anything this week?
Okay, so since gifts from our wish list are not considered ham sandwiches, I will cover the couple things that rolled in today. The first things I've gotten since before my birthday, because I may have mentioned this before, we were snowed in really heavily, and that slowed the mail the hell down. So what I got so far was 3 seasons of Perfect Strangers.
How many does that leave?
None, actually.
Excellent.
Technically, it leaves seasons 1 and 2, but there are not modern DVD releases of those like there are for 3 through 8. And the quality is much, much lower. It's like broadcast TV transfers versus like master tape transfers like the later DVDs are. So at this point, those are probably not worth getting, but I'm, keeping my eye out all the time just in case they re-release those seasons in the better format. So if I'm remembering correctly, season 5 came from our friend John Triclops, one of our longest running supporters and followers.
An awesome dude.
So he left me the note, XV, welcome to the Over 40 Club. Your complimentary Gas X is on its way as well. Enjoy your day. And then I also got from Rob seasons 6, 7, and 8. 7 and 8 are in one set together, so I'm counting them as one season because season 8 had like 6 or maybe 10
episodes.
Yeah, it was very, very short. So there were 2 notes from Rob in this because it was 2 purchases. The first one reads, so funny thing about these. The second note continues, you added them to your wish list on my 40th birthday. Couldn't not do that. Happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rob, you turned 40 like
4 years ago.
Yeah, so those have been on my wish list for a lot longer than I remembered. also, yeah, it's funny. I apparently added those on your birthday for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Weird coincidences, but like I like the symmetry of that, so thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Like I said, had to. Saw the date and had to do it.
And that's weird too, because like on any device I look at that like from a not logged in tab or browser or anything, it doesn't show edition dates on my wish list to me.
Huh.
Like I can only see them when I'm logged in and looking at it from the back end. It's really weird. But that's all I got this week because, like, I had not even been able to get out of the house since last show.
I'm kind of
Fortunately, the temperature went up. It's rained a bunch. All the snow and everything has been washed away. And tomorrow, I'm going to go hang out with Hey Mickey.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
Excellent.
Cool. Rob, what about you?
Nothing on topic this week.
Matt?
I have nothing this week.
Wow.
Don?
I've got a couple of things. After Diecast suggested how good he was, and I've been watching a video, I decided to get Core Class Mohawk because it looks like he does some pretty interesting things, and I found one at retail, so I thought I'd give him a try. Thanks to Rob's magical website with free shipping, Suragaya, I was able to get the Takara version of Nightshade.
Oh, neat.
Now, unfortunately, they aren't quite packaged as dynamic. I mean, they're in a dynamic pose in the packaging, but it's not quite as nice as Starscream's was. But you can even tell in the package the paint differences. And I definitely wanted at least a copy in the box with how good this paint looks and the slight touch-up differences as well. So I'm happy I got that at US retail with free shipping from Japan. So that was nice.
Cool.
The last thing I got is kind of an oddity. It's a Transformer, but it's by Mattel. It's Jurassic Park. Fierce Changers.
That's bigger than I expected it to
This
be.
is a Tyrannosaurus Rex that turns into the Jurassic Park truck.
That's much better than what we got.
Yeah. So this just came today, and there's a video on Amazon. The price on Amazon right now is not what I paid. That's apparently
Oh, good. I was worried about that.
No, I didn't pay that. The price either went up, or you have to look on the list for the Amazon price. But there's a video. Watch the video. This thing has a lot of surprises to it. You could say it's more than meets the eye, but
Mattel can't say that though.
Yeah,
right.
Mattel can't say that.
It looks like for a non-Hasbro Transformer, it's going to be really interesting. And it's like I said, it's 28 steps to get into truck mode.
Wow.
So, I mean, granted, you got the tires on the top, and I'm not sure if you can see.
This is a podcast on, they can't see.
I know. I'm saying for the video, the door panels are folded up on the inside of the leg. So other than that's the only egregious part of the kibble. It's basically a dinosaur Unicron. All the stuff is on the legs. But other than that, it's very, very interesting, and I'm glad I picked one up.
Cool. Okay, anything else, Don?
Not on topic.
Diecast?
Oh, yeah. I got something interesting. I got headphones that are Transformers Dark of the Moon. So I don't know if they've been around since Dark of the Moon or that they're just still using that branding. I got it from Temu.
Are they earbuds?
They are not earbuds. They actually wrap around the ear, which is what I wanted for the airplanes.
They plug in, or they?
No, they're Bluetooth. They're Bluetooth wireless. So I paid probably like these were like $15-$16, and they're decent quality. And I wanted something to go around the ear for the airplanes because I always drop my earbuds. And if you ever drop anything on an airplane, that's like the worst. So I got to assume they haven't been around since Dark of the Moon, and they're just using that branding because they probably wouldn't work if they were that old.
The Bluetooth standard is supposed to be like strongly backward compatible. So I think even Bluetooth stuff that old would work with a phone from today.
It just wouldn't sound great.
Yeah, but the batteries would probably be.
Okay, like that.
Them.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. I wasn't thinking about that. So, if you end up using those and they sound as bad as I expect them to because they're cheap, licensed branded merchandise, I would recommend for you in place of the.
Bet they're not actually licensed.
No, they are.
I bet they're cheap though. So diecast, what I would recommend for you if you're looking for another alternative to that instead of earbuds, look for the neck strap kind of earphones, which is earbud form factor, but it's got the big thing linking them together you put around your neck. And there's Bluetooth versions of those. I have one that actually sounds surprisingly good that I got really cheap off of Amazon year and a bit ago.
And if you want to know what I'm talking about, Bro Mill in the chat.
It says it's Bluetooth 5.3. That's like, are we even up to 5.3? Like
That's new
I don't
technology.
even know what specific USB standard we're on these days.
Yeah, I think that's newer, like 5.2, 5.3 are the newer ones. But yeah, if you go in our Discord, they never go away. He put the Bumblebee ones in the chat, which those are
from the 2007 movie. It's saying NBE 2, which was Bumblebee's designation in the 2007 movie, the Sector 7 designation for him.
And then there's the gray and the black, which are listed as Dark of the Moon. And I got the grayish or the black because I didn't want them to be bright yellow and stand out on my head. I don't want people staring at my face. So,
fair.
But yeah, they're not bad. They're $76 on this website that he linked to. But on Temu,
these are probably legitimate ones, and you got bootlegs.
I don't know.
Not always.
Yeah. So they sound pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
I've already used them. But to move on to the next item, I got a big load.
What's a big load?
A big load is the X-Trans bots.
Long haul.
And I like him. I think they've come a long way. It's a solid robot. I was actually like, am I gonna continue with the X-Trans bots? Devastator, now that I know the Fans Toys one is coming out, and I think I am, because I really like his robot mode. I know he even has that thing behind his head that you can flip it up to give him like that
toy accurate boxy head.
Yeah, the boxy head, but I just like it down. I like him. Really good. And then there was something Don showed off a week or two ago that I realized I had on reserve and I didn't get yet. So I went and got it, which is the Fans Hobby.
Oh, yeah.
MB24. I love the Power Master figures. I mean, I'm just really big on this. And this is what? Dreadwing or...
That's Hydra,
I
think.
Yeah, that's the Master Force version you can hug as it's got the red.
Yeah, so
that's a Godmaster diecast, not a Power Master.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Godmaster. Godmaster, Power Master. They're masters.
There is a difference functionally in the respective fictions.
Well, I consider like Power Master Optimus Prime. It's the same gimmick.
Well, but there's not a Godmaster Optimus Prime. There's a Godmaster Ginrai.
There's a Power Master Optimus Prime.
Correct.
Yeah, Power Master. That's why I call them all Power Masters, because I'm from the US.
But there's not a Power Master Ginrai.
There's a God Ginrai.
I got you. Yes, semantically.
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 Time to go check Temu for Transformers branded Tylenol diecast.
There's a lot of Transformers branded stuff on Temu. It's like, yeah. I kind of wish that it would be like that in this in the States. Like, I just want to go into a store and see.
Yeah, but IP protections are too good here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked that. Who did you get the Buster or Hydra?
We think it's Hydra.
That's Hydra. Yeah, Buster is. No, wait a minute. No, is that purple? Is that Purple Wings?
Purple.
Yeah, that should be Hydra.
That's Hydra or Darkwing if it was the American version.
Yeah, they're doing both.
Yeah.
Well, the first one came out a while ago. This is the second of the two,
right?
Which is why I had to get it, and it wasn't on my cancel list because I was like, well, I got the first one, so.
And then these are also what they were redecoing into some of the Predator jets,
right?
And also, with the cost of the G1 Buster and Hydra, and since we never got the Combiner Wars
Power of the Primes.
Power of the Primes versions, which still amazes me we haven't got them as Buster and Hydra yet.
It was just the wrong time for everything for that to happen.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, these are a little bit out of my comfortable price range, but damn, they look nice, and I have to admit I've been tempted by the idea of those more than once.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I got mine from Show Z. I got Buster for $129 with free shipping, and I got Hydra for $109 with free shipping. So it wasn't that bad. With very
that's not bad.
With very little dynamics.
Rusty Cross is asking if Ginrai translates to anything or if it's just name. In this situation, I believe Ginrai is written in katakana, so there is no meaning to the name. I think there is. I think there is a kanji writing for Ginrai, basically, that would have a specific meaning, but none applies to this character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Diecast?
Nope, that's it for this week.
Okay, nothing major for me. One of my local Walmarts had the holiday 2-packs on deep clearance, and I picked them up for Toys for Tots. I got 3 of the Tarantulas Elite 1 sets for $7
Oh,
each.
Nice. Oh, nice.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the Toys for Tots kids will be happy to have any of those, but like those are 2 really nice toys for them.
Yeah, and then then we had one Sideways MRC for $7.
Cool.
There were several of the Elite 1 Tarantula sets left. I just didn't want to spend that much on. I mean, I got a lot for $28, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be Toys for Tots for this year. So that's all I got. Ham sandwiches. Don, did you get anything?
Yes, I did. I got, now hold on to your hats, a Gambit. I got the...
Why throw away your money so carelessly?
Wait. Didn't you get a Gambit like a week ago?
Yeah, but that was the Mondo Toys X-Men 97, X-Men animated series. This is more the comic book version. But one of the reasons I got this was because someone I follow on Twitter had an influencer code for a sale at Sideshow. 35% off. Plus,
okay, that's pretty good for Sideshow, yeah.
Plus, because I've been watching this figure for well over a year, even before I bought Tiamat. This is the first coupon code of any value that has worked on that figure. Plus, I used my Sideshow rewards from Tiamat and saved almost $120.
Total?
Yeah, saved a total of over $120.
So how much did you end up actually paying for that?
$140.
Wait, that ugly thing was $140?
And now you know why I asked.
Well, yeah.
I remember when Sideshow was making really nice, like 1/6 scale Universal figures for like $50.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one I've been having my eyes on, and I got it for a really good deal, and I'm happy.
I didn't mean that outburst. I was just shocked.
It's just, I mean, like, for example, he has a wider range of hands, lighting effects, different card effects. So other than maybe the Diamond Select Gambit PVC diorama, my collection is done. Thanks to the same sale that Sergaio that I picked up a small candy toy. There was no candy included. They may have taken it out for safety reasons. Tokyo from Russia Sentai Tokyuger. It's just a small little...
Oh, that's awesome looking.
Yeah, it's just a small little candy toy version. He only came with a sword.
It's a combiner made out of trains, Brian.
I was going to say,
nice
are those
looking.
trains?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will caution the candy toy version looks vastly nicer than the Bandai Deluxe toy that it's actually based on.
And the Deluxe tends to run...
The candy toys usually do.
Yeah.
And the Deluxe version tends to run quite a bit more if you... even just getting the base version. So I figured for $10 with free shipping, I have a nice little representation on my shelf.
No, I mean, no, that's really good. I would love to have that particular representation of that Megazord myself, just because, like, it favors the show suit so much more, and that fixed a lot of the proportion problems with making a robot out of 5 trains. Because if you think Takara did a bad job of putting a bunch of trains together as a big robot in MPG this past year, like, boy, Bandai would like to hold your beer.
Yeah, it's they basically they tried to do it vertically, and it came out very badly.
Yeah, because like they designed it around basically the visual of a combining gimmick where trains on 5 parallel tracks would line up a certain way and then click together to form the robot. So like it's all trains lengthwise up and down and then just, combined together horizontally. It is really bad. I cannot oversell to you how bad that deluxe toy looks.
But the sad thing is, the show story is absolutely phenomenal. It's a
good season.
But it has some of the worst mecha. And speaking of that, I got it's not the cassettes, it's not the CD single, but it's you know how Japan will do
the mini album.
The mini album, that was $5 for Russian Sentai Tokuger.
Nice.
And the last thing I got was mostly for the Kamen Rider, Super Sentai versus Kamen Rider CD soundtrack. A lot of my favorite Kamen Rider themes and Sentai themes. This was like $8 with free shipping. So
cool. Nice.
So now I've got some of my favorite shows on physical CD versus out in the ether.
I remember like way the hell back at probably 2004, 2005, getting from eBay the mini CD single for the first opening of Gundam X, which, like, of course, I had MP3s of that for ages at that point, but like it was cool to actually just get the physical release of one of those songs that I liked a lot in a really weird format because it's like the half diameter CD.
Yeah, I've got that for a couple of Dagwan songs as well. They came out on little small, not a whole lot bigger, maybe like a couple of quarters in diameter, and that's about it. And you had to be very careful what CD you put them in to play them.
Right.
And nothing automated that pulls in the disc. You will never get it back out again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I got for ham sandwiches this week.
Cass, what about you?
I did not get any ham sandwiches.
Oh, cool. Okay. I finished my Fright Features Ghostbusters figure set.
Oh, nice.
So I got Ray and Egon. That's what I got.
Ray. Absolutely nothing.
Egon. I watched Ghostbusters 2 this weekend too, Don. So Rob?
Okay. Well, first thing I got myself was a stainless steel workbench because I wanted a place to be able to sit and put model kits together. So
nice.
So that is right next to me.
That must be really pretty.
It's very nice. Also, whoever created the vinyl coating that protects stainless steel, I hope they have to unwrap something really important from it one day in a hurry. But I also, beyond that, I got a couple of light Surugaya orders. I've been trying to cut back and only go there when I'm specifically looking for something. And I mostly succeeded, even though the things I've been looking for are not necessarily, smart. I got, in the first order, I got Shin Ultraman Design Works, an art book for that movie. It was only $5, which is for, any art book is decent. Mm-hmm. It's not as big as the Shin Kamen Rider Design Works book because there was a lot less dithering as to how to design the main character than there was on Shin Kamen Rider. That book is actually funny because it's they went through every possible variation, permutation, what have you, on the design of the original Kamen Rider, and then just decided on the original suit with more detail. They knew what they wanted Ultraman to look like from the beginning, so it's a much thinner book. I also got from Surugaya, and I may try and do a video of this. I saw on Reddit a couple of weeks ago. Every year in Japan, they do, the same kind of licensed, Valentine stuff we do, except a little bit more, it's not just generic chocolate in a themed box. The chocolate itself is actually themed after what they are going for. And I found for relatively cheap boxes of Valentine's chocolate based on the themes of Sharzaku, Zeta Gundam versus the Cubile, and the Hyakushiki, all from Gundam and Zeta Gundam, respectively. And yeah, I kind of want to take videos of those just because they look really nice in the photos I saw online, and I just kind of want to try and do something with that. But
that's insane.
They were like $10 a box. They might still have the Hyakushiki one, but I think I got the last boxes of the other two.
Well, that sounds really sweet, Rob.
Oh yeah, and thank you, Don. And yeah, I just like. I've known things like this existed for ages, but never had a good source for it, let alone a source with free shipping. So
yeah,
I just kind of had to do that while I could. And that is, I think, other thing I did get 2 other things that I pre-ordered like sometime last year. I got the last of the premium Bandai Shoto figures from Shin Kamen Rider. I got Rider 2+1 and his bike, and Kamen Rider Zero, and one of the phase transition grasshopper augments, which were in a 2-pack. So that is every figure that they've actually made in Shoto size from Shin Kamen Rider that I have now, and I have to put a 3rd bike together now. But that's everything I got this week.
Chris, did you get anything?
No, thank you. I don't like ham.
Okay, cool. Well, ham sandwiches, again, are exclusive to Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. If you want to be a patron, you get an ad-free version of the show. You get it RFC a day early, which doesn't mean 24 hours. Higher bet rate with a weekly Patreon-exclusive pre-show podcast. Unedited episodes of RFC, only if, like, Diecast mentions something inappropriate this week.
You wouldn't do that.
Starting in February, you'll get the There Goes My Money podcast a week early. Patrons at the Touch tier will get to be on There Goes My Money if they so choose. And Touch patrons are mentioned on the show each week and listed at tfradio.net/credits. I'm going to do that now. Kevin Dorsey, Tiger Force's Ninja Consultant, Jason Hiley, Eric Griffin, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, and Sean Bratton. Thank you all so much. Again, if you want to be a patron, go to patreon.com/tfradio. Okay, if you want to find all of our stuff, we're at tfradio.net. Again, Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest Transformers toy and action figure podcast. We have something like approaching 3,000 episodes of podcasts. 3,000 individual podcasts in our archive, something approaching that. It's a lot. So if you want to listen to something, you will basically never run out of content at tfradio.net. We're on Twitter and stuff. You should subscribe to our YouTube so you can watch live and interact with our Discord during the live stream of the show. Let's see here. You can find Rob Springer, who is not here, on the show live with us each week, but he's on the Transform Squadron podcast monthly. You can find him at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter, zonebase.org, and at zonebase.bsky.social. John DeLuna, who is not here. He is at that John D everywhere, and hopefully he is getting a new puppy soon, if he hasn't already. That would be great. You can find me at briankilby.com. I have been posting way more podcasts there lately. I've rejuvenated my Happy Daily podcast. And for fans who were around in 2017, when I did my series called Serial, Cereal, coming soon, I'm doing Serial 2. That's exciting for me.
Serial 2, Oops All Berries?
Something like that. You can also find me on Blue Sky at kilby.bsky.social, Twitter at bkilby, etc., etc. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Blue Sky and Twitter at Diecast2. And I know this week on Twitter, I posted my big load if you want to look at that. And then also you can see me on Facebook, or you can like my page on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast. And you can watch my reviews. There will be a Megatron review going up on the Yolopark figure at tfradio.net/reviews or youtube.com/RFC reviews.
Matt.
Melvar.bsky.social with 3 L's, 2 R's.
Don.
I can be found on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. And after next Tuesday, if they announce RID Omega Prime as the HasLab, I will be on every social media platform in existence celebrating.
Are you on Blue Sky yet?
I have the code. I just have not had a chance to sit down.
Okay, so now we know what it'll take to get Don to actually sign up for that Blue Sky.
I just need time.
It takes the minute and a half it takes to create your account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Don, it's like half the time it takes to write a polite letter.
Yeah, it really doesn't take very long.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, one of all of our mutual friends gave me a code, so I just need to sit down and do it.
Yeah, cool. Love to have you when you get there.
That'd be great, Rob.
I'm on Blue Sky at robflails.bsky.social. I complain on there too much, but I have to do that somewhere apparently. That is technically the account connected to Flail-Throughs, my YouTube channel. I'm still covering Gundam Battle Operation 2, which just had a major announcement this week. They are forking development. The PC version of the game gets the Freedom Gundam this week, and the PlayStation version does not, instead getting an extended collaboration with UC Engage. So Freedom Gundam is from a totally different universe than everything else in GBO2. So that is going to be, interesting long-term implications. But at any rate, check out youtube.com/flailthroughs for as much information as I can muster about all that. And update videos go up Thursday mornings. And if you like what I'm doing on there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. The details are over there. And if you just feel like sending me something, tfradio.net/playlist will take you to my Amazon wish list, which, as always, benefits the show also if you make any purchases from there.
Cool. Chris.
I can't wait for them to add Tryon 3 to GBO2.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We finally get Don to play.
I keep saying my unofficial Transformers prediction is this year we will get the announcement of a Soul Chigoku Tryon 3.
Yeah, keep reaching for those stars, Don. Also, pertaining to a few minutes ago, I just want to remind people who haven't been around that long that in 2014, when we were more focused on video content and I was actually on video every week, I had signs I would hold up noting things like inappropriate diecast, and boy, oh boy, did we need that this week.
Patrons will find out what that meant.
Yep. tfradio.net/Patreon, etc. Yeah, diecast is just making gestures at us now on camera.
X-Transbots did it, not me. I mean...
Yeah, sure. Pass the blame. All right. So as for me, I'm on social media on Blue Sky at ChrisRTXV. I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/ChrisList. If you want to still circle back and throw something at me for my birthday, which was last week, I will not be offended that it's a little belated. In fact, I will be overjoyed because, extend the celebration of my birthday for as long as you like. I will not complain, sir.
Well, I extended it to March, so
yeah, thank you. Diecast did send me an email during the show last week, actually letting me know that he had pre-ordered for me off of my wish list Studio Series Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. I imagine I think I mentioned during that episode that I was low-key Volkswagen nerd, and I've been grabbing Volkswagen related Transformers, so I imagine that inspired him somewhat. So thank you for that, Diecast.
Oh, no problem.
But yeah, I also had I guess this is kind of sad for all of us, because with me turning 40 now, there is no one on this podcast younger than 40 anymore.
Yeah.
This is this is the old man club now, officially. There's no 30s to curve down our average any. If you want to see the things I've done on the internet, playwithphotography.com, articles, galleries with toy photography. Also, come hang out in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. generally like really great conversations. We had a little dust up over like sports the other day, but sporting opinions will do that in various ways, and it's not representative of the nature of our Discord as a whole. It's almost always very chill and very like positive on all subjects, except for some of diecast wordplay. We have a fairly uniform view on that, which is not good. Sign up for the Patreon to check out the ended episode for more details on that. And yeah, sign up for the Patreon at the Touch tier and come podcast with me twice a month. Like, I think the new There Goes My Money will be a pretty good time. So I'd love to see you there.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Recording stopped.
Chris, I'll need your audio this week.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was a fun show.
That was a fun show.
It was.
I should be able to get that audio to you in, a very short few minutes here.
I wish my internet didn't cut out during the HasLab talk because I had more to say. But
I'm sorry.
Your audio is fine though, so which is good.
If it is a 40th anniversary HasLab and it's not G1, I don't know that I can be on the show next week because I'm going to be angry.
No, if I was the internet, I would have cut out after I shot down an Orange Devastator too. So.
Speaking, this is a completely different tangent. Did y'all? I don't know if y'all saw the post, but Gary Graham passed away.
Gary,
yeah, and also he also played on Alien Nation.
Sykes, yeah.
Yeah, I loved Alien Nation watching it.
The only reason I know that off the top of my head is because Brian, remember Op from Ouija?
Yeah.
He always called Saval Ambassador Sykes. And that stuck with me for 20 years.
Yeah, and I always remember from the TV show Alien Nation that Sykes was apparently a slur in the language of the aliens.
Okay, I didn't remember that because I probably haven't seen that show in
I love that show.
25, 30 years.
I think it's a modern sci-fi classic that's just been forgotten.
What about the movie, Don? Did you like the movie?
I never saw the movie.
Me neither.
I picked up. I knew enough about the movie from at the time reading about it, but yeah, Gary Graham. That was just like out of the. And then Charles Osgood, which y'all probably don't know who Charles. Well,
I know who Charles Osgood. Yeah, I mean he's no Charles Curalt.
I didn't know
he
was still alive. Wow.
Yeah, but he was probably the best person to take over for Charles Curalt to take over for Sunday Morning.
Yeah. Let's see. I almost did for the ham sandwiches that I got my investor crate from BrianKilby.com/silver. But I didn't.
Oh, Brian, you were interested in that Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, like the core class thing, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of on sale on Hasbro Pulse. There's a code you can use to get like 15% off.
Yeah, the Heroes and Villains code. That's what I was telling Brian about last week.
Like I'll have to get it for like half off or more.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and Hasbro has changed their.
Okay, I just thought I'd try and get you to.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Hasbro's changed their clearance section to Hasbro Outlet, so
it's not clearance anymore; it's outlet now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking like if I'm looking to spend money right now, I'm looking at Investor Crate to see if I can buy add something for my
one thing they had that I wish I hadn't missed on was that 4-pack of Mego Ghostbusters got marked down to $20.
Oh dang!
Yeah, wow. It was sold out before I even knew it was even there. It was just, they're on eBay for not a terrible amount more, but more than I'm willing to pay compared to that.
Yeah, I'm gradually getting over my compulsion that I hate paying more than the lowest price I've ever seen something at, but it's taking genuine effort.
No, I 100% agree with that statement.
It just I have missed out on a bunch of things over the years because of stubbornness over that. So it's something at least in limited situations I'm trying to get over. But
I have that same stubbornness, so I understand that.
Yeah,
Rob, after it's going through every time Seguya has the free shipping, I always check out the Transformer stuff and
same.
But I was scrolling through it last sale because I mentioned last week I missed Nightshade the last time they had one. So I was able to get one now. But I'm thinking, please don't let Manadrake do this. Please don't.
Oh, please let
Manadrake
do this. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I would just love it if I would. There's stuff on there I wish I had bought years ago, but it's like they had the original Headmaster sets, all 10 of the Head and Power Masters. I think it was now was it 10 Headmasters and then you had the Power Masters, but it was all the original single pack Headmasters and Target Masters. At the time, it was like $1,000 or $1,200. There's no telling how much that would go for now. I was at BotCon when Tony Trito sold a set of just the Headmasters, and that was $2,000 pre-2000 or right after it.
If that's who I think it is, I used to play Gundam Battle Operation with his nephew.
Yeah, he I don't know if he still runs it, but it was Tempting Toys and Collectibles out in California. He's the one I got my God Bomber from. I had to call him and find out why
you got it from his trunk of his car.
But I had to call him and ask him why the God Bomber I got did not look like the one in the catalog, because I was buying based off the Japanese catalog.
Brian, I should have this uploaded in about a minute.
God, that's awesome.
I know, right? I'm still able to talk to you.
I'm surprised your audio even cut out.
Oh,
then.
hey.
That would have just been a signal interruption to the satellite.
Yeah. So, since you're switching over with Rob, can you share the login details for? Or did I? Is it a?
I think that's tied to my Zoom account.
Okay. What I'll do is cancel the subscription for your Zoom and do one for Chris.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was, at least in the short term, I was just gonna like do that out of the, the money from this, but
I'll just
that's even better. I didn't know if you had gotten Rob like just a, long-term license rather than month to month.
I do it monthly. So like, yeah, that like, I forgot that as an expense. And then there's diecast backup, XSplit too, that I still pay for.
Okay.
But that's a long-term thing. That's a...
let's see.
I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, people watching live, I'm gonna kill the stream because I'm going to bed.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I will leave as well.
Goodbye, Twitch.
Tell Christy we hope she feels better.
Yeah.
We will. I will. It's just a matter of slugging through it. But y'all guys have a good night.
All right, hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Did anybody order me a chase off of my Amazon list?
Or what?
Chase.